All right, so Tim, this is going to walk you through how to set up slots for people to come in and use labs. So it's going to use the calendar function. So you don't actually have to go into any classes. You just click on the calendar and pull up your calendar. And then up in the top right, next to week, month, and agenda, click on the plus for creating a new event. And the type of event you want is an appointment group. So click on that last tab that says appointment group and then give it a name. So I'm going to call mine CNCM Practice. Give it a location. I put CNCM Lab. And then on select calendars, you click that and basically you're choosing what classes you want. So I'm going to put mine in a practice course. So yours, you might say you want to run everything out of CNCM 101. You could do 101, 201, you could do all your classes, however you choose to do it. But anybody who's in those classes will then have the ability to sign up for that time. Okay, so I'm going to do just this one class, our practice course. So I click on that. Okay, I do have the ability to sign people up in groups. Assuming you've already done that and you've assigned groups in your class, you could let all of group one or group two sign up for a time slot. But I'm not gonna check that because I assume we're talking about individual attendees. Okay, and then we go into the actual time when we're gonna do it. So you can either type it in or I'm gonna just click on the date. I'm gonna set it for next week. So there's December 7th. Set the time. So 8 o'clock, the default is AM. I don't have to type that, but I can. And then I go 2 o'clock, and I do actually have to type in the PM minor point, but it will assume AM, and then it will give you an error message because it thinks you're going backwards in time, going from 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. So 8 o'clock to 2 p.m., and then that's all we have to do. I'm going to do 3 days just to make it simple. You can type it in, just in case you're wondering. Yes, it does have to be in their weird backwards European date. If you do 12, 8, 20, it will not work. So you have to type it in that way. You might actually just, again, find it easier to use the calendar function. I'm going to do 3 days. So 2020, 12, 9. Once again, 8 until 2 p.m. Okay, now here's the first thing. That's a 6-hour block, which you don't want. I don't know exactly what you want. I think you want something like 60 minutes, I'm guessing. So we type in 60 minutes. Again, you could do 120, 180, 30 minutes, whatever time you want. But it's just going to take those 3 days and divide them up into 60 minutes. It's nothing complicated. So I click on 60 minutes and click go. And you'll see that it did that. It's just much simpler than you having to type in, what would that be, 18 different time slots individually. So you can do 3 time slots and then divide them up into 6 1-hour time slots. Also, once you've done this, you can also go in and cancel things. Like let's say you wanted to cancel it at lunch every day, you would just cancel out the 11 to 12. Okay, and if you notice, there's no 11 to 12 here. Or let's say you had a class at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, so you couldn't attend. I'm going to cancel out the 8 to 9 o'clock class. Okay, whoop, and cancel. There we go. Okay, and then down here you have some options that are kind of important. So first, and this is the whole point of doing this, you can limit each time slot to how many users. So if you, because of equipment limitations, want no more than 4 people in at a time, for example, you can just set this to 4. And then if a 5th person tries to do it, they'll be blocked and they'll get an error message saying this time slot is full. It's up to you. You can allow students to see who signed up for a time slot. Okay, if for example you had 2 students who didn't get along, or you wanted to have a certain mix of, first year and second year students, you could allow them to see it if you wanted to. I'm going to leave that unchecked because that's the more common thing, is you just want people to see how many people are there. And then you can choose how many time slots a person's allowed to choose. So I'm going to limit whoever signs up to 3 time slots, which could be once a day. By the way, it's any 3 appointments, so I could take like 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and 10 to 11. But I'm going to limit my participants to 3 time slots. I can type any announcement or details in here, like this is the time slot to get your final work done. Please make sure to bring certain equipment, whatever we want. But I look back over it. I've got a name, a location. I have a calendar set up for it. I've got 3 days of assignments or slots set up, each of them 60 minutes a slot. I clicked a few out and I've got 4 users and I've got 3 appointments total. Looks good. So I click on publish. And there we go. You'll notice when I change my calendar over to December, There's my 3 days. You'll also notice they're all grayed out because no one has signed up. So if I click on one like this 8 o'clock, you'll see there are still 4 time slots available. Okay? So that's really it from a teacher perspective. We'll show you the students second, but you go in, you set up the time slot, and we can monitor it. We're going to come back to this in a second once we've had our students sign up, but you can go in and monitor and do that. So that's really all that's required. Okay? So let me switch over here to my student. And it's the same process for them. You might want to give your students a little heads up on this as to how to do it. So tell them, let them know either in email or by letting them know if you have them face to face. They just go into calendar. And then if they go to December, you're going to want to click on Find Appointment. And if it's in a particular course like CNCM 101, they would have to select that. So click on Submit. And there they are. So they can go ahead and sign up. As we said, they could do 8 o'clock and 8 o'clock. And remember, we canceled 8 o'clock here, so they could go 9 o'clock. If they try to do more than one, you notice they get an error message saying they have to cancel one out because they've already done the 3 slots, so they could do that. You know, let's say they didn't like that 9 o'clock slot. Let's remove that one. They can type a delete reason, but it's not necessary. And I want to take 8 and 9 and then 8 o'clock. Get mine out of the way fast. Okay, so that's how it works from a student perspective. All right, and that's really it. Let's go back and look at your version again one last time. I'm going to click on refresh. And there's my slots. The only thing you notice is that now the ones that actually have a student are now bold. So you can click on this and see, oh, Zippy is coming at 8, Zippy is coming at 8, and Zippy is coming at 9. Okay, so we have those there and available for you. But that's really it. It's not a complicated thing. It's really designed to be very basic for just the stuff that you talked about. Hey, I've got a bunch of people and I want it for this particular time. And that's all that it does. Okay, so I hope that helps you. Let me know if you have any questions.